Hello everyone, this is Pratibha from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. In this video, I am going to discuss about Mac OS X in operating system. Contents to be covered as what is an operating system, what is a Mac OS, the first Mac OS, various versions of Mac OS, advantages of Mac OS and disadvantages of Mac OS. What is an operating system? An operating system software that manages computer hardware and software resources and provides common services for computer programs. The operating system is an essential component of the system software in a computer system. Application programs usually require an operating system to function. In simple language, it can be said that an OS is a piece of software that is needed to run the programs on a computer or a mobile device. The programs that run on an operating system talk to the hardware. There are various operating systems in today's world. Mac OS by Apple, Windows by Microsoft Corp, Android by Google, Linux by Community. Move on to the what is the Mac OS. Mac OS is a series of graphical user interface based on operating systems developed by Apple Inc. For their Macintosh line of computer systems. Mac OS was designed only to run on Apple computers. In 1984, Apple introduced the Macintosh PC with the Macintosh operating system. Apple names it is OS as Mac OS beginning in 1997, which was previously known as System. The first Mac OS. Mac OS was introduced by Apple's then chairman Steve Jobs was the first successful personal computers to feature a mouse and a graphical user interface. The Mac OS could be easily distinguished from the other operating systems because it was the only OS with a full graphical user interface. These releases could be only run one program at a time, which could be later run multiple programs. These are all the various versions of Mac OS. Mac OS X Cheetah. Mac OS X version 10.0 codenamed Cheetah is the first major release of Mac OS X, Apple desktop and server operating system. Mac OS X version 10.0 was released on March 24, 2001 for a price of $129. It was the successor of the Mac OS X published public beta and the predecessor of the Mac OS X version 10.1. Mac OS X version 10.0 was a big departure from the previous classic Macintosh operating system. It was Apple's long-awaited answer to the call for a next-generation Macintosh operating system. It introduced a brand new code base completely separate from Mac OS 9 as well as all previous Apple operating systems. Mac OS X Panther. Mac OS X Panther version 10.3 is the fourth major release of Mac OS X, Apple desktop and server operating system. Apple advertised that Mac OS X Panther had over 150 new features. Mac OS X Tiger. Mac OS version 10.4 Tiger is the fifth major release of Mac OS X, Apple's desktop and server operating system for Mac computers. Tiger shocked executives at Microsoft by offering a number of features such as fast file searching and improved graphics processing, a complete built-in dictionary. Mac OS X Clifford. Mac OS X Clifford version 10.5 is the sixth major release of Mac OS X, Apple desktop and server operating system for Macintosh computers. Apple's advertised that Mac OS X Clifford has 300 plus new features including iChat, dashboard, enhancements, dictionary code, now search Wikipedia, etc. Mac OS X Snow Leopard. Mac OS X Snow Leopard version 10.6 is the seventh major release of Mac OS X, Snow Leopard included many refinements to the user interface and new wallpapers. Next is OS X Yosemite. OS X Yosemite is the upcoming 11th major release of OS X. Apple Inc. is the desktop and server operating system for Macintosh computers. Yosemite introduced a major revision to the operating system's user interface designed with inspiration from iOS 7 while still maintaining the OS look and feel. Advantages of Mac OS. Easy to use. The Mac OS is much easier to use than any other operating system. Even people who are not familiar with it can operate it easily. Integration with Apple and other products. Mac OS will automatically recognize and work with any other Apple products such as iPhone, Cinema Display, AirPod, and iPad. On top of this, additional devices are rarely needed for non-Apple products. Mac OS can run Windows at the same time. Mac OS runs on the Intel chips, which means you can run XP or Vista concurrently with Mac OS with Boot Camp or parallel software. Reliability. Because OS X was designed from scratch from the ground up, Mac OS is incredibly stable. Apple controls production from start to finish, so every part of Mac is designed and tested to work together. Design. It is engineered to take full advantages of what is the hardware is capable of and is designed to deliver the most intuitive and integrated computer experience in the world. Next, we move on to the disadvantages of Mac OS gaming. If you are a computer gamer, Mac OS isn't going to do it for you. Bootcamp and Parallels will allow you to run the games natively in Windows, but there may be a performance hit. Some games are produced for Mac OS, but the number is very small. Price. All that flashy, secure, reliable power comes at a price. Macs cost more than machines that run other operating systems. The result is you are paying a premium to have what is an often the highest end hardware on the market. Fewer software options. Not all applications are yet available for Mac unlike Windows. Cannot be upgraded or customized. There are upgrade options when you buy a Mac, but unlike a Windows PC, you cannot mix and match components. The easiest way to upgrade a Mac is to buy a new one. Thank you for watching this video.